Hey guys, how y'all doing? Johnny here and welcome back to another one of our Sorare videos. I'm so excited about today because some big decisions have to be made and I need your guys' help in the comments down below desperately. When I'm building these lineups today, let me know if you see any player that might not play and any player that I'm leaving out. If you have a positive opinion about them in that match week, let me know if I should be putting them into the lineup as well. But here it is. The international break is finally over. We all waited for this moment and this moment only. And finally, here it is, my friends. So, as always, guys, if you want to sign up for Sorare, use the link in the description down below. Once you've clicked that link, sign up immediately. Because if you do use that link to sign up, once you buy 5 items off the market on bid, you will be given a free limited item. And of course, that supports the channel massively. Thank you so much to the people that have used the link to sign up to the page already. You guys are very, very helpful on our journey to Sorare. And it's only having positives for you because obviously if you sign up just like that, you sadly do not get that free item. But let's dive into it, guys. Today is the day on which we have seen the new items drop. Yes. So if we go onto the auctions and we go on to SO5 League Asia, actually, no, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and do this. League, J-League. J-League has new items on the market. The limiteds have dropped. The new card design is here. And I have to say, at first I saw them and I was like, yeah, these are all right. When I saw them in the presentation that Sorare made. But now that I actually see them on site, I love them. I absolutely love them. So I'm very excited about the new card designs. I love the way the players pop out. In limiteds, you can see their designs here. In terms of rares, we see the designs here once again, especially these types ones where it's a red background with red and stuff on the card, on the kit as well. It does look very nice. But then when it comes to super rares, which for some reason are my favorites this time around when it comes to the designs, it just looks so clean. I don't know why, but I really, really am into it. And in terms of uniques, we have 2 players so far. Ooh, Kikuchi, he's going to go for a lot, isn't he? He's like one of the best, if not the best player you can have in the Asia region. I expect this one to go for a lot of money. And he's already up to 3 ETH. So there's still like 2 days left on that one. We'll see what happens there. Enough talk about that. Your boy has a big gallery at this point, and he has signed a new under 23 goalkeeper, Niklas Hedl. I am sick and tired of the Kaiser. I still have him. And there is a thing that I need to mention about him as well. As you guys have seen, the Kaiser has held back my under 23 lineup over and over and over again, sadly. And we haven't been able to reach rewards a lot of times due to him getting scores like this or this one right here. It just wasn't good enough. But the big issue with the Kaiser now is Utrecht have a new coach. And we just don't know if he's going to be playing the Kaiser or not. And on top of it, he apparently tested positive for COVID during the under 21 national team games when he was basically going there to go ahead and play. And people are assuming he might be back this weekend, but no one really knows, which is really annoying. So I don't know if I can play him. And the guy that I just bought, Niklas Hedl, the reason why I bought him, let me showcase you why I got him into the team. I got him into the team for, when we look at ETH value, for 0.556. That is basically below some of the latest sales, especially auctions as well. So that is great to see that we have been able to bring this card into the club. But generally speaking, the reason why I got him in, first of all, a little bit of an emotional connection to him because I lived in Austria. I lived in Vienna for 8 years. And Rapid Wien at that time was the team that I kind of supported. It was the team that I personally connected with the most. And all of my classmates were Rapid Vienna fans. So now he plays for Rapid Wien and he gets good scores, bro. He does get good scores and he's under 23 until 2025. And I could easily see this guy become the national team goalkeeper as well. Because in Austria right now, their goalkeeper that played in the last few games was actually someone from the Swiss league, I believe. So I see a bright future ahead for this kid, Niklas Hedl. I'm happy to have him in now. He's going to be our goalkeeper in the under 23s, and you can clearly tell by his scores that even if he does concede goals, which he did in that game, 40 points. In this game, he still got 41 points despite conceding 2. What I like the most about him is he doesn't lose possession as often as the Kaiser, I believe. So if we go on to the Kaiser and we just compare that stat, it's a very, very important stat when it comes to goalkeepers, in my opinion. If you look at the Kaiser right here, possession lost 15 times in that game, 19 points. On this one, 10 times. On this one, another 9 times. On this one, again, 9 times. That one, I'm assuming a lot more, 21 times, 14. And Hedel and Rapid Wien from what I've heard so far, they actually play out of the back only 7 times in that one. If we look at that one, 7 times again, and one of his lower scores, maximum seems to be the 15 area. On that one with a low score, only had 4 times possession lost. So I like that about him. I really hope that Rapid Wien is actually a team that plays at the back, because that is huge for goalkeepers to not constantly hoof up the ball up the pitch and then you kind of lose out on the points. So I'm very happy to bring him in. We now have 2 under 23 goalkeepers. I still need to buy one for the summer. That will come hopefully soon with the rewards that we're going to be recuperating from these lineups that we're about to build, right? I think so. So let's dive into it and let me explain to you my dilemma and my issue with this game week. First of all, I'm extremely excited because I can technically field 4 rare lineups. Let's start off with the under 23 rare and my plan that I had in there. Now, the Kaiser and Utrecht have a decent matchup. I wanted to use him. In terms of defense, I wanted to use Mazraoui. Ajax with a good matchup, 82% odds. I hope Ajax comes back after getting out of the Champions League with wanting to go ahead and impress in the league again. Obviously, against Groningen, it's not going to be necessarily easy, but of course, Ajax could win any game 6-0 in that league. Then we have Kökçü, who has an amazing matchup, 89% odds in the favor of Feyenoord, 3rd against 15th at home. I'm expecting a lot of points for Kökçü. Then for the forward position, Sinisterra, of course, the stack there from Feyenoord, both again with great matchups. And when it comes to the extra, I thought to bring in Vitor Ferreira, who again, with Porto, has an amazing matchup right here. So if you look at that team right now and you think, wow, this could genuinely be a high finish, I totally agree with you. But the problem is the goalkeeping position. So now I have the problem. If the Kaiser doesn't play, I'm going to make this decision very late on or right before deadline. Tomorrow, I'm still going to look into some of the stuff that they say about the Kaiser situation. I'll try and contact a couple of people. But obviously, I would be captaining Kökçü in this one. And that's how I would line up. And I'm being completely honest. If we look at these games right now, I would expect 80 points from Kökçü, at least one decisive with good AA score. With the captaincy on top of it, we would push towards the 100. Then Sinisterra, of course, with the 10% bonus I have on him. A decisive, hopefully, in that game. And then we go ahead and see him do well and get towards the 70, 80 points. Vitor Ferreira, Porto, at home, anything is possible. I could easily see 70 points there as well. Even just with AA score, could see him get like 60. Mazraoui with Ajax, they are incredibly dominant in the way they play. So he could get some great scores. And then even if the Kaiser plays and pulls us down in terms of his points, we could still be in for rewards. So it's so hard for me to not go ahead and put this lineup in. Now, obviously, you would think, oh, why don't you just play the new goalkeeper that you've brought in? Well, the issue is he's up against the only team in that league that I don't want him to play against. It's Salzburg. So, the Austrian league at this point, I believe, have split up already to the top and bottom half type situation that they have. And obviously, there aren't going to be any easy matchups, but I bought Hedel not just for now, but also for the next season. I'm excited to have him as an option, as an under-23 goalkeeper going into the next year as well. But yeah, it is clearly a problem. I could put him in, but he could only bring me in 15 points because Salzburg could easily score 3 or more goals. And at that point, Hedel is going to really, really struggle and maybe get me like 20, 25 points. At that stage, I look at that and think, do I rather put him in, right? Do I rather put him into the team and then just go ahead and risk not playing the Kaiser and risk getting really low points? Is that what I do? I could do that. So I could save that one as my under 23 rare. Moving on into the America Rare, where we finally have a great team to line up. Crepo has just played for Canada in a game against, I don't even know who it was against, but he just played for the national team, which is good to see because obviously they're going to the World Cup. If the main goalkeeper gets injured, he would be the backup, it seems. So that kind of excites me. In terms of defender, we are going to go with Nathan Harriel. He's one of the newest additions to the club, of course. Very excited to have him in. His initial stats in the first couple of games looked very good to me. In terms of midfield, we could easily go with the likes of Marc Delgado, Pablo Ruiz, or Amaya. For me, Amaya is the set one because he also takes set pieces. In terms of forwards, of course, we have the choice in between Jesus Ferreira and Chicharito. I think it's time for Chicharito to score. Chicago against Dallas, that is a tough matchup. The odds are not looking too good there in the favor of Dallas. But then again, I have a massive boost in terms of percentage on Jesus Ferreira. I could use him there. So let me know if you guys have any info. As far as I know, Javier Hernandez, Chicharito takes the penalties for LA as well. So just on that off chance, I'm going to be choosing him as my striker. And then when it comes to the extra, I do have Marc Delgado or Pablo Ruiz, both of them very good midfielders and score an average of like 50 to 60. But Pablo Ruiz is on great form right now, even though they're up against a very tough opponent and could easily drop some points there away from home. I still think I might be in for a decent AA score with him, which I might get with Delgado as well, but all of these players play away from home, so I might as well pick the one with the best form. So Pablo Ruiz is the one I would choose there. And as my captain, I feel like if Hernandez doesn't score, he gets like a 40-point game. And then with the bonus, we get like 50 points or something. But Amaya, his all-round game has been class. I mean, most of the matchups are quite terrible, if I'm being quite honest with you. I need everything to really go my way when it comes to the America Rare division, Rare teams. The good thing is, next time, I'm assuming all of these guys play at home, so that could be exciting. But yeah, I'm going to go with Chicharito on this one. If he scores, that's great. We get another captain bonus on top of it. Then we move over to the All-Star Rare. So far, we have done the Champion America Rare, Under 23 Rare. Oh, let's not forget about the easiest one to put together. It's the Marseille stack. Marseille up against the 18th in the league who are fighting against relegation. It's not going to be easy, but that Marseille stack at some point has to hit, right? Please. Olympique Lyon with great odds against their opponents, so I'm hoping Moussa Dembele can cash in on that. He missed a big chance last time around, so hopefully he can come back and score. But that team is going to be my Champion Europe Rare, and I think I'm going to give the captaincy to Dimitri Payet on this one, because even if he doesn't score, he can get to like a 55 score, which is all right. And then in terms of All-Star Rare, this is what I have available to me. I have Yang Han Bin, who is playing for Seoul away from home. It's a tough game. Could easily see him concede, but he has some great defenders in front of him, so I'm hoping it's going to work out. Tsunemoto, Kashima Antlers, here they come. 62 points. That is a home game. Big points from Tsunemoto for sure. Midfield, Delgado, maybe 50 points, maybe more. Who knows? But normally he gets around 45 to 50. So he's Mr. Consistent in this team. In terms of forwards, we're taking Ayase Ueda. He's the Kashima Antlers forward. Could get some really, really good points. And then as the extra, I have the choice between Ferreira, Sorokin, Lee Tai-sok. I'm not going to go for those two. I'm going to go for Jesus Ferreira on the off chance that he actually does manage to do well. And my captain on this one probably should be Tsunemoto. I probably should give it to him because his opponent score is the highest out of all of them. Because Ayase Ueda, I wanted to give it to him initially, but I guess I give it to Tsunemoto there. So now, when we look at my lineups, we have this situation. We have a decent all-star rare, right? Not amazing. Let me be quite honest with you. We have a Champion America rare team here, which, again, the matchups are not ideal. I'm not necessarily expecting a reward out of it, but would be very nice and welcome. Again, utilizing a lot of under 23 talent there as well. Champion Europe rare, that team is set. Nothing's going to change about that one no matter what I do. Under 23 rare looks unreal. It really does. In terms of the matchups and everything, this is the best I have going for me this week because most of these guys play at home or they play in a very dominant team, especially that front three there. Mazraoui could still do really well and get me at least 60 points. And then I just don't know. Do I play the guy that I know is going to play, but is playing against a very tough opponent where he could easily concede 3 or more goals? Or do I put in the Kaiser, who probably actually has a chance of getting a clean sheet, but I don't know if he plays? So if I find out that the Kaiser isn't actually able to play, I was thinking maybe I do this. I drop the under 23 lineup, right? Then I move into the All-Star Rare. I take out the 2 weaknesses out of it, and I put in Kökçü and Sinisterra. And that, my friends, is an incredibly, incredibly strong under 23 team, in my opinion. My only issue with this team that I have is the fact that I have 2 forwards. Ideally, I would then go ahead and maybe use Vitor Ferreira, right? Instead of one of the forwards. So I'm thinking the odds are really in the way of Feyenoord, but Sinisterra has to fly back from South America. Hopefully he's going to be fine by the time this game comes around. So maybe I take out Ayasa Ueda. Maybe I take him out and then I put in Vitor Ferreira into that team to really, really strengthen that one up. I could do this. There could be changes put in there. We have the ability to use Mazraoui. We could use Ueda. It gives us options to make one team incredibly strong, but it drops the chance of winning something in under 23 rare. I feel like this decision is going to be so big. So let me know, guys. How do you feel about the options that I have presented to you? What should we be doing? But those would be my lineups. And also, let me quickly show you guys my common team that I'm going to put in. It's going to be Alisson as my captain. Yes, I'm giving it to him. Benjamin Pavard, Jude Bellingham, Jesper Lindström, and Daniel Malen. Now that Haaland is apparently injured again, that is going to be the team that I put in to hopefully get myself a star common one more time. Yeah, don't forget about that. And also, let's go into Sorare Mega. And let me show you guys the team I have put in. So Mega 5, I have put in Dembele, Pablo Ruiz, Vitor Ferreira, Kaletakar, and Crepeau. Don't really have insane faith in that team, but who knows? Anything is possible. And then when we go over to the Mega 11, I have put in some incredible players there, in my opinion. So we have put in Luis Sinisterra, Ayase Ueda. We have put in Javier Hernandez, Kökçü, Dimitri Payet, Frankie Amaya, Mazraoui, Saliba, Tsunemoto, Hariel, Pau Lopez. I have a lot of faith in that team, if I'm being quite honest with you. I could use Jesus Ferreira instead of Javi Hernandez, but I'm not going to do it. I think Chicharito scores. I just have it in me. And the captain is going to be Kökçü for that team. And the rewards for these, hopefully, are going to be class. But guys, I need your help. I need to make decisions. I haven't made my decisions yet. And I feel like whatever decision we make, we are going to be having one team that really stands out this week. And I think it's either going to be the All-Star Rare in this constellation, or it's going to be the under 23s with Hedel in there, and then an additional team on top in terms of All-Star Rare on the off chance that we get something out of it. But of course, at least get that 0.02 threshold would be the goal then, which still is a very nice reward to get. So yeah, help me out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Have a good one. Take care and peace.